me, babe. We're gonna wait until people jump on. Hey, Laura, how are you? Hey, William. Can you believe it? I've got him on. We're gonna start the interview in about 2 minutes. Guys, I'm Dorothy from Rossville, Georgia, and I am going to be interviewing my husband tonight. So I am going to try to stay in the frame, and but yet since you're way across the table to get both of us in, I'm going to try to pull you up on, I guess, your page, babe, because I can't see it on mine. I don't know why I can't see my own live on here. We are still trying to figure out all of this Facebook stuff. That is not one of my fortes for sure. Can you see me on there, on your phone? Oh wait, there we go, I got it. All right, that way I can look at comments on here and actually see them. Like I said, I'm Dorothy from Rossville, Georgia, and in my kitchen, they call me Nonna. And this is my husband. Why don't you introduce yourself?
I am William Patterson.
What is your real name?
Most people call me Grumpy.
Hey, Dwayne. So I am going to monitor as best I can. Laura, we are doing very well. William says, "Stop giving me the side eye."
The side
Just look at them.
Okay, I'll just look at this one.
Let's see if I can make those comments go away so you can see. Can I do that? I don't think I can, babe.
Oh, well.
So, all right. So, guys, babe, over the time that I've been doing this, quite a few people have seen your picture.
Mm-hmm.
And so it is pretty amazing how much weight you've lost. So why don't you talk about where we started, when we started, and what you were weighing then?
Well, we went to a sampling January 4th at Dee's house, and I got to sample all the different flavors of the ketones Prove It drinks, and some of them I liked and some of them I didn't. So I got to just walking around the house and looking at some of the pictures on the wall, and there was pictures of Dee's husband, and the guy that was standing in front of me was totally different than the guy, the picture on the wall, and it didn't look like he had lost so much weight. So got to talking to him about it, and he had told me we like all the same things, meat and potato guys, like to have a drink and eat and drink Cokes and all that kind of stuff. And he had talked about how he changed his eating habits and started exercising, and in about 5 or 6 months he'd lost about 35 or 40 pounds. And it was just hard to believe that you would look on the picture on the wall, it was one person, and then you look at the picture, the person standing in front of you, it was just totally different. And so I said, wow, maybe it might be something that would work. So
Dee and Mike have been a great inspiration to both of us. Dee is my cousin, as many of you know. And hello, Dee. She just entered. She just came on. Dee, we just talked about how for William it was Mike, and being at your house and looking at the pictures on the wall and seeing how Mike's transformation was as to how and making an influence on William to think he could change for himself. So, babe, so from that point, when we started talking about this keto transferring over to this keto lifestyle, because it's not a diet for us. This is something that we're going to always do.
Right.
What was one of the things that you were concerned about because of your job?
What I could eat, would I be hungry, what type of changes I would have to make, because on my job, you know, I don't sit down and eat, I don't take breaks. And it's not like I'm around a lot of healthy foods throughout the day. So that was a challenge to figure out what I could eat, how I could eat it, what things I like to eat, and it was a step-by-step process, day by day, to figure out what worked and what didn't work.
So how much did you weigh January 4th?
257 and a half, 258 pounds.
And what was your pant size?
I wore a 44.
44. So Sharon is on here. She is from Europe, France, if I'm not mistaken, if I remember correctly. And she was a big inspiration of me really working to try to convince you to come on, because you've always told me no. Kate, my cousin Kate, is on here. Your mom is on. Who else is on? From this one, I can't see everybody that's on. Guys, if you find any value in hearing my husband's testimony, please share this out so that others can see it. Hello, Debbie. Hello, Lisa. I see you on there. So, babe, when you started, one of the things that you were very concerned about was your lifestyle for work. What time do you get up for work?
I usually get up at 2:30 every morning now to start my day, and usually get home anywhere from 1 to 3 o'clock in the afternoon.
Okay, and so take us from the beginning of your day and what you eat, and where you what other things do you do besides the keto diet?
Like I say, I get up at 2:30. Usually I'll have a little bit of a snack or two. I like a sweet tooth, but Dorothy makes things that I can eat that are sugar-free, low carb, no carb. So I'll have just a couple of cookies, or maybe a muffin or something.
What are your favorite cookies that I make for you?
Oh Lord, there's so many different things that you make now that I like.
Is it still Dee's cookie that you like the best?
Yeah, that's probably one of the best ones, I'd have to say. You're talking the ones with the chocolate and pecans and sprinkles. Yeah, those are really good.
Yeah, those are your favorite. I try to mix it up because I have to do other things on my live, but
yeah.
I try to squeeze those in there every couple of weeks.
Yeah, but I'll have probably 2, 3 of those with a cup of coffee in the morning, and then usually around 4 o'clock, 4:15, I'll drink my ketone drink, and I mix that with the crushed ice from the Sonic. It makes the drink really good. I think that's the secret. I'm going to share it with everybody. It's totally different than regular ice. You can get a little bit of crunch in each sip. And one of my favorite ones I drink a lot is the Swiss Keiko, because to me it tastes just like a chocolate yoo-hoo drink.
The Swiss cacao?
Yes, okay.
That's that's the one I add to my coffee. Mm-hmm.
And I'll have that one about 4 o'clock, and I'll try to drink it in 15 or 20 minutes, because now it's so warm. If you don't, it'll wind up melting. The ice melts. Then somewhere around 7 o'clock, I'll have a cup of coffee at one of my stops, and I'll take the keto cream in with me, and I'll just take a black cup of coffee and mix it with it, and I'll have that. And somewhere maybe 7:30, 8 o'clock, during that time frame, I may have the coffee at the same time, and I'll eat a sandwich I'll make. with the low carb bread. Get it at Aldi's. It's
No,
great.
well, actually, it's a zero net carb.
It's a zero net carb.
And I know that it isn't really a keto bread, but we're lazy keto, so we do things a little differently, and we worry about the carb count more than we worry about everything else. But we do try to make sure that we stay in that, for me, 20 carb range. What do you try to stay with?
As much exercise as I get throughout the day, as long as I stay under 40 carbs, somewhere in the 20 to 40 carb range. I really honestly don't count every single carb. I am aware of what I eat and put in my mouth and what the carbs are. And I eat all those things that are low carb or no carb. But I don't actually count every single one. I mean, you probably should, but I don't. I never have. I'm not hungry on this particular, I won't say diet, the lifestyle. I don't get hungry. I don't starve. I don't want for that. Actually, I eat more than I want to eat sometimes. I'm stuffed. And that's the thing about it that I like, is you can eat things by changing your diet and still get a lot of what you want and enjoy it, and at the same time eat healthy and lose weight.
So you talked about you have that 7 o'clock and you have a cup of coffee. What do you eat for your lunchtime?
Sometimes I'll take a snack. I'll take berries, strawberries, blackberries, raspberries some days. Other days I'll take nuts, almonds, pecans, walnuts, and I'll just take just a small cup portion, just a serving of what they, not a whole lot, just a couple little handfuls, and I'll have those. And sometimes I'll have another drink. Sometimes I'll have a bottle of water with it. There's times that I'll have just a little packs of salami and cheese mix. We get those at Costco. They're 0 carb packs, 100 calories. You can have one of those snacks and a bottle of water, and it'll fill you up for 2 or 3 hours. I do try to drink at least 3 to 4 bottles of water a day. I just found that once I stopped drinking all the sugar and caffeine from a standpoint of soft drinks, mainly Cokes, that was my fix. Cokes and sweet tea, that I'm not near as hungry as I used to be because I eat more healthier foods.
Mm-hmm. So the type of job you do, and you alluded to how much exercise you get, is it extra exercise or stuff that you were doing prior to our lifestyle change? And how much is it?
As far as?
Your typical day of walking.
A typical day of walking, I average 7.65 miles a day.
But that was the same before we started. So you didn't change any of that.
No, I didn't change any of that. I do try to get extra exercise now to get outside and work up a sweat and get my heart rate up. I think exercise is important, and along with the diet, to make a difference. And for everybody, that type of exercise is different. I'm fortunate in a sense that I don't have a job where I sit behind a desk all day, mm-hmm. and I'm actually in and out of the truck, so I get the opportunity to use my job as a point of reference as far as getting exercise, and that's actually a good thing.
So after lunch, so we've talked about what you do for breakfast and the drink, adding your healthy fats by adding the keto cream, and we've talked about the gnats. How many gnats do you do a day?
Usually I'll drink 2 of those in a cream, and somewhere anywhere between 12 and 2 o'clock I'll probably have another one when I get thirsty in the hot part of the day. Just depending on what I got going on at the particular time as far as finishing work. A lot of times I'll make the drink and drink it on the way home from work, and that works out pretty well.
Your daughter says that I finally got you on here, and that Grumpy and Nonna have got their groove back.
Okay. Whatever. I didn't know I'd lost it. But okay.
I didn't either. Hello, Teresa. Hello, Wanda. I am sure I've missed some. Hey, James. Hey, Josh. Trying to see between the two screens the people that come on. Hey, Tristan. Babe, we just had to buy you some new clothes yesterday.
Yeah, we've needed to buy some for a while. We finally did.
Okay, well, let's talk about your clothes. Show them the difference. And these are not even the oldest pair. We were afraid he wasn't going to be able to hold up pants while we were on vacation. So let's show them the difference.
These are the same pair of pants I bought that I had, and these are the new pair. This is kind of the difference in the size.
Look at the difference in the new pair, which are a medium, and the older pair, which are an extra large, in his favorite clothing line. He loves Tommy Bahama, and so everything was just super huge on him, and so we were pretty excited and surprised that you were getting into a medium yesterday.
Yeah, I was kind of surprised too. I'd lost from a 44 down to a 36 in my waist. In my neck, I was 18 and a half. That's with a collared shirt buttoned up. Now it's down to 17. If I put one of those shirts on, I could stick my fingers down in it. It was kind of didn't even realize how much I had lost in my neck until about a month ago when I actually tried to try on a couple of dress shirts, and I was like, wow, there's two of us could get in this shirt now. And so I went and showed Dorothy, and I said, look how much I'd lost in my neck. So we actually measured my neck, and she said, you've lost 1.5 inches in your neck. She said, we were really surprised at how much we'd lost in face and neck and the shoulders. Just seemed like a total transformation that at first I didn't really pay much attention to, and then other folks started saying, wow, you're losing weight. And I was like, yeah, I've kind of changed my lifestyle, what I eat, and try to get a little more exercise, and having a little success at it. So.
Jane is on here. Hey, Jane. Faye, hello. And let's see, Shirin. Let's see. Can I see that? It's not showing up on this one. I'm doing it since almost 10 days and lost nothing. Okay, so Shirin, let me just tell you, I had a totally different experience than he did. He started losing weight almost immediately, right?
Yeah, I lost a couple pounds, and it was enough to keep me going. And then I had the whole virus and everything going on. It's winter time, and it was kind of a strange time to actually start a lifestyle change and changing what you're eating, especially when you go to the grocery store and all the grocery stores shelves were empty at that time, if you guys recall. So it's been an interesting 6 months, to say the least.
So for me, I didn't lose any weight. So I wasn't seeing this great weight loss that he was seeing, and it was very depressing. But I kept being encouraged by my cousin, by my husband, to stick with it, and that we would see some kind of change eventually. And Shirin, it was from January to March before I actually saw any change whatsoever. And I know that was a very difficult time for me, because I was like, this isn't working. It's not the first time I've been on a diet, or in this case, a lifestyle change, once we started realizing it was working, that it didn't work for me. I'm a vegetarian. He's not a vegetarian.
No.
And so in our house, we are a house divided when it comes to meat eating, right?
Yeah.
But for dinner, I'll, take great pride, and you've seen my lives out there, in taking things that we love that we've always loved, and finding a way to make them into our new lifestyle instead of trying to make our new lifestyle a total different menu. And so we just made those changes with the almond flour and the coconut flour and the monk fruit and the swerve as we need it, and then making good choices. We'd already stopped eating mashed potatoes and stuff long before we started this. So that wasn't so much of a change for us. We'd already started substituting cauliflower and stuff like that. So that was all very much part of it. I really wish there was a way for me to see all these comments that far away. Mandy said something, but I don't know what she said. Thank you, Nancy. Nancy says we're an awesome couple. Hello, Carrie. So, okay, babe. So, what advice would you give to another guy or a woman about this keto lifestyle?
Well, don't get discouraged if you don't lose weight as fast as other people, and just focus on what you need to do. If you're going to be hungry all the time, then you're not going to succeed, because I always failed for all my life trying to figure out in the last 20 years how to lose weight, because I was always hungry on whatever diet it was. This has been the first time that I actually have made changes and I'm not hungry. I can eat what I want, but I've chose to make different and better choices about what I eat. And then I'd remind myself every day, I didn't gain this weight in 6 months. I'm not going to lose it all in 6 months. Don't be disappointed if you don't reach your goal, because I haven't reached a goal yet on weight I wanted to lose. I've missed it every time. But I've steadily just kept trucking along, trying to make a little inroads, and keep being faithful to what I was doing, is eating the right foods and exercise. And it's worked out well. And my goal the rest of the year is to get down to 215.
Babe, do you think we would be where we are in our journey without the supplements that we take?
No. If I could give you an answer as to why, I'd just say no. To me, it was the supplements. It was changing what you eat by reducing the amount of carbs and sugar that you intake. I would just challenge folks, take a look at what you eat, write it down for a couple of days, then go back and look at how many carbs are in a soft drink, how many carbs are in a serving of like baked beans that you would think baked beans are healthy. Not what you think. When you start adding up a lot of the foods you think are good, healthy foods, you really come to realize that, wow, I'm eating 300 carbs a day like I was. I'm eating enough sugar that I already should have been a diabetic. And
let me interrupt you. Can you read what Sharon just wrote?
What about butter and bulletproof?
Bulletproof. I don't know about bulletproof. We eat Kerrygold butter. It is the grass-fed butter, and so that's what we use. We also use olive oil and avocado oil, and coconut oil. So it just depends on what we're doing, what I'm fixing as to what we're using. Can you read what Josh wrote?
It's really hard giving up the good junk. LOL. Yes, it is.
So, Josh, I try very hard. I knew that my husband was a junk food junkie.
Yes.
And so I knew if we were going to be successful, I had to feed his sweet tooth. Really quickly, my cousin Dee, and if you're a member of the private group we're a part of, she went to Costco and they were doing a trial of this cashew cookie, and she was like, but it had 13 carbs per cookie, and she was like, nope, not doing that, and went home and recreated this cookie. And so I was like, oh my gosh, he's gonna love that. I fixed it for him, and that is really what sunk the sweet tooth stuff, that cookie.
Yeah.
And then I started doing other things that meant something to us from my childhood, and so we added those kinds of things. My son-in-law and daughter were with us for almost the whole month of June, right?
Mm-hmm.
And
yes.
He got hooked on the mug cakes.
Mm-hmm.
So what's your favorite mug cake that we make?
I like them all. I mean, I like chocolate. There just there's so many good things that you make. You remake it, you take all the bad stuff out, you put the good stuff in, and it works. That's all, that's, I don't know what to say. A lot of folks that are watching have ate a lot of the desserts that you make and some of the other meals that you've made, and they like them. Mm-hmm. I mean, it's a combination of eating the right foods, trying to get enough exercise, and paying attention to what you put in your mouth. I mean, for me, I didn't realize how many soft drinks I was drinking a day, or Little Debbie's. If you all know about them Little Debbie's, they've always been my favorite.
They're a great company to work for.
Right.
They're a fabulous company, but even Mr. McKee Rusty would say moderation, right? Mm-hmm. And he's a little bitty thing. I mean, as far as he's not heavy at all, which is amazing considering they make an awesome product. Just not for us.
Mandy says Mama makes good keto junk.
Yeah, her favorite, I think, was the ham pizza bites, where you take the ham and put the
pepperoni and
the sauce and the cheese and the pepperoni. That was her. She was like in love with that. Mandy wants to know. Mandy says
sweet potato casserole. Yes, she made that, and everybody liked it. They ate it all that day. I don't know if they knew it was keto or not until afterwards.
It wasn't sweet potato casserole, was it? And again, that's one of Dee's recipes. So I use my the group that I'm in. I use my family cookbook, and I watch almost. If not on live, on a replay of everything my cousin Dee cooks, because she is amazing at this. And why when you're trying to lose weight and you see somebody that's successful at it, you really want to try to do things like they're doing. So that's kind of the way we've done that. Hey, Crystal. I don't know if that's Dwayne or Micah, but whichever one of you is on, that's fine. And my eyes, my allergies are killing me, guys, and my eyes are just watering like crazy today. So I am really struggling to see. What's that last comment?
Mandy said that my contract's up and I'm getting paid extra for this. I signed on for 15 minutes.
He signed on for 15 minutes, guys. If you have any questions, any additional questions, now is the time. Hey, Ann. Now is the time to ask him. I have him on. He is trapped here.
It's strange talking to a...
Josh, you are correct. My cousin Dee is on fire. We appreciate her. Oh, you're both watching. Well, hello to you both. I love you both. So two of our three children are on here. I don't know if your son is on here. He's not my son right now if he's not on. Because my son would be on.
I may have not known. So. Do I get royalties for reruns if he watches it in a rerun?
Oh, sure, # replay. Guys, if you're catching us live, put a 1 in the comment. And tell us where you're coming from. He hasn't ever done this before. If you are catching us on a replay and we're not on a replay yet. We are live. I can't see what Shireen is writing right now. Something 3 meals.
Then snack and finally dinner.
So he does his light breakfast and the drinks, and then he has later a cup of coffee with the cream, and then he has his lunch, which consists of a sandwich and either meat bites or fruit or nuts along with that, and then later in the day he does a second pack of the ketones. They put your body in ketosis within 30 to 59 minutes. We've tried a new one, the Blue Ocean, and they have more ketones. So when we do drink those, they put our body in ketosis within the 30 minutes. So.
And for dinner, I usually eat around 5 o'clock, and chicken, steak,
Lamb.
Hamburger, lamb, different things. There's all green vegetables, anything. Broccoli, cheese, spinach, turnip greens, cauliflower, zucchini. Every which way you can think about it being done. Cauliflower, zucchini, onions, tomatoes, a lot of green vegetables.
But then we do an intermittent fasting in that we don't eat after we finish our dinner. We stop eating. And I do an intermittent fasting longer than he does because he gets up so early. Did you get your snack, Grumpy? I can't. Hey, Tina.
Did you get your snacks, Grumpy?
What's your favorite flavor, babe?
Wow.
Now, at first you said some of them you didn't like, but then you've pretty much, you drink them all now. But
I drink them all.
Right now you have a favorite. What is it?
I like the, what is it? The
True Passion.
True Passion. The
That's his favorite right now.
I like the Keto Cream. I love
Keto Cream is going to always be.
Yeah. And
that's his healthy fat.
The Blackberry Pineapple is really good. The Lime Time is great. It's a great summertime. It's really good. The Raspberry Lemonade is a good one. Swiss Cacao.
They're all good in his book. I'm telling you. He's big on the 10-day challenge pack because it has so many.
The Heart Tart is a good one. There are a lot of the basic ones that are really good, and then when you mix in some of the others that you get from time to time, they're really good.
Josh says he does his in smoothies.
Smoothies, yes, we do smoothies. We didn't even talk about that. They're fantastic, especially this time of year in the summertime. It's hot.
We did one yesterday.
Yes.
More like an icy,
yes.
an icy. What are the carbs in what, D? So we try to keep it. I keep my carbs under 20. He says that he pays attention to his carbs and goes between 20, sometimes even up to 40. I don't know of when he's ever had 40 carbs in the last 6 months, but I don't really pay that much attention. You don't pay attention to the carbs, Josh, or what? I don't know what you're not paying attention to.
He says he doesn't need to pay that much attention to him, LOL, if he needs to. Well, it depends. If you have a job where you sit at a desk all day and you don't burn calories and you don't get around that much, I would say you probably need to pay more attention. But for me, I'm fortunate in my type of job. If you're not, on average, 7.6 miles a day, that's low. There's days I walk 10 miles. There's days I walk 12 miles. There's days I walk 14 miles. I get in 20,000 steps in a day. Some days it really gets up there. So that's where I don't worry about if I ate 10 carbs too many. That's just for me personally. But I would say you got to cut the carbs back if you're going to have success, I would say.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And that's why we drink these drinks, because they put our body in ketosis. This is I know you don't drink this. You don't use the upgraded electrolytes as much as I do, but I probably drink 2 of these in with mine each day. I absolutely believe in the extra upgraded electrolytes in with my drinks. Shrin, from where you get vegetables twice a day. So Shrin, we're looking at the carbs within whatever product that I'm using, and then we calculate those out. And so, yes, some of the vegetables do have carbs. So that's pretty much where that plus the sweets that I make him have carbs in them. So pretty much that's where he's getting the carbs. I prefer a super fine almond flour over the coconut flour. I don't necessarily use it twice a day because I only eat 1 meal a day. Now in the summer, because of the situation on my job, I have been going to lunch, but I've pretty much either had cheese and fruit and nuts, or a salad with avocado for my healthy fat. But then the almond flour would come in the evening time if I'm making him a dessert, or if I'm using it to bread. He likes air fried chicken tenders, so I do those. The zucchini, sometimes I'll do zucchini fat patties and I put the almond flour in there. But when I'm using, sometimes with desserts, I use the coconut flour. And let's see, something about grandkids, but I can't see what it is. Don't give them to the grand dog. I don't know what you just said. Scott, you need to behave. And he's lucky for 30, almost 31 years, because that's how long we've been married in September. 31.
September 5th.
September 5th, 31 years. So he's pretty lucky.
Most
I know
days.
I am. All right, guys. Shrin has one more thing. Can you read what it says?
From where do you get?
Oh, okay. That's the one that she already asked. I think I answered that, Shrin. So, Mandy, I did make, on one of Dee's lives, she talked about using the ketones and in the summer and mixing it and having an adult drink. And so I attempted that last night. How did it turn out?
Fantastic.
So, so we used the ketones and the ice and mixed that with a 0 carb rum, and he had a drink. I don't drink, so I didn't have one, so I can't tell you how it tasted.
It tasted great. We had
breakfast cake contains almond flour, and the sandwich in lunch also. So yes, he does. You're right, Shrin, because he has the little snack cake, whatever I've made it the night before. So like this week, he is snacking on a chocolate pound cake. He has a slice of that. It has 1 carb per slice, and so he has that. And then the sandwich he has is 0 net carbs. He doesn't have that, but now it depends on what he puts on it that might have carbs. Mayonnaise doesn't have carbs. Mustard doesn't have carbs. The cheese, depending on what it is, might have a carb. The meat doesn't have a carb. So so he's staying really low carb with that. Hey, Kim, how are you? So, okay, guys, I promised him 15 minutes, and we have gotten almost 40 out of him. Thank you, babe.
Yeah, I'm getting rich here.
Guys, again, if you've caught us live, put a 1 in the comment and tell us where you're coming from. If you're catching us on a replay, hashtag replay. And again, tell us where you're coming from so he can see how far this goes out. Please share this out with others that you feel like can get a value from a man's perspective. How much weight have you lost altogether right now?
35 pounds.
35 pounds and counting. And you went from a size 44
to a 36.
To a 36. And I appreciate all of you for tuning in. And I hope that you found value. And soon, very soon, I hope to get my beautiful Jaden back on as a guest by learning how to do a split screen. We're working on that. Hey, Amanda, we just finished up interviewing my husband on his keto journey. I hope you will watch it on a replay. So, guys, you have a wonderful, wonderful evening. We wish you all the best. God bless you, and have a great day tomorrow. I might come in the morning with a breakfast because we're having breakfast in the morning.
Yes. Yes. We eat breakfast every morning.
Well, I don't. You do. I don't. All right, guys. See you later.
Bye-bye.